Welcome back to episode 80 of G'day from the USA. I'm your host, Lady Amanda, and I thought it would be fun to have a chat about what it's really like for an Australian living and working in the USA. I am so excited to be here with my mate, Ashley.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all, the Georgian, the Alabamian peach. This just got incredibly awkward, but... Okay, shout out to Dave because he always refers to you as the peach.
I love that.
So it just came.
Yes.
It was just like the words
the
Georgia
peach.
peach.
Okay.
Awkward.
No, it's cool, man. It's cool. I will share some space with Georgia. We're like, what? It's like a 20-minute drive.
20
and then
minutes.
You're in Georgia.
20 minutes.
Same as in Florida, too.
Less. It's like 18 to Florida, and I want to say it's like 22
Yes.
door to door to the Georgian border.
Yes.
I love the location here, I'm not going to lie.
It's pretty, yes. The location, other than the circle of Dothan. Blah.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. When I first got here, the circle scared me, and it still does. I mean, I do not like the circle. But the second you're off the circle, paradise.
I know. Everything is fine. It's
And
the
I'm
circle that is just...
loving the location.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you can be in Florida, like deep into Florida in half an hour.
Yes.
You can be at the beaches in an hour and a half.
Exactly.
You can be in Georgia in half an hour.
Yes.
Like, what?
I know. I mean, like, it's such a fun, place. You can really, even like a 4-hour drive or whatever to like Mobile-ish area or whatever is like doable. And and then it's so different. Like, I still told you we have to go to Mobile and stuff.
Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile. I'm going to take you on the
And-
USS Alabama.
Yes.
The battleship.
New Orleans is like, what, 5 hours?
Yeah, about 5.5 or whatever. Savannah is also
Savannah
like
is,
6-ish.
I thought it was less, like 4.
No, it's closer.
Google.
Let's Google this.
I don't believe it's 6, but I could be wrong. We are, busy Googling
Hold on a
because
minute.
fact checks.
I know.
Fact checks. Here we are. I've got it. It's 5 hours 15. Bang in the middle of both of us.
I know.
Yeah.
So neither one of us can really be like,
No.
"Whoa."
So, long story short, 5 hours and we're pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. And Savannah
Within
is
5
just
hours.
it's fun too, and it's just like
I love
They're
Savannah.
and then I've told you about Pine Mountain, Georgia. I think it's like 4-ish hours away or whatever.
Yes.
All of these, and then if you want to go a little bit further, if you have a little bit more time, it's like 7-ish or whatever, and you into Tennessee.
Yes, must do that.
Oh my God, I got to take you to Gatlinburg, Pigeon
Yes.
Forge. We'll go to
I
Dollywood.
have a mate up there. Yes. That wants me to visit.
Yes.
So I really do need to.
Yeah. Gatlinburg is
Do
like
this.
gorge. It's so pretty.
I love, and you know what else I need to do is Huntsville, Alabama. Apparently
Yes.
there's this whole space center.
That is pretty cool, man.
Do you know the history of why Alabama is so famous for the space race?
Honestly, I really don't. I know that it's in Huntsville, Alabama. I know
Right.
I've been through Huntsville, Alabama, like a few times in my life or whatever. Have I ever visited the Space Museum or whatever or the thing up there? No.
We must.
And we need to.
I heard something like it was something about they made a rocket or something about that. Like they have some input. Yes.
I love that for us
I love that for us.
because
Go Bama.
I know, because seriously, like there's not many things that we can say.
I beg to differ. I didn't know much about Alabama,
Yeah.
but I feel like I've explored a lot.
Yes, you have.
A lot.
I mean, when you start being like, oh, you're supposed to turn right up here. And I'm like, I've lived here my whole life, but you're
Right.
right. I'm wrong. I need to turn right immediately.
Yes. I feel like I'm getting the lay of the land. The circle has become less scary. It's less of a merry-go-round and more of I'm very like logical. So I'm like, I like to find the quickest way between things. So every time you go to your mum's,
Yeah.
I silently judge you for going the circle because I know that cutting right through the middle of this, instead of just going on the outer edge of the circle, going straight through the circle is the quicker way to go.
And it's funny too because you know these things, and me, I'm just like, I know that the circle is going to get me there. We'll go.
It does.
But
all roads lead to Rome. But for one, it's extra miles. So there's extra gas.
Yes.
And it is extra time because when you're going one way and you have to stop at the lights.
All of the lights that catch you.
Yeah. Whereas the other way, try it next time.
No, we're going to try it.
Because I have a trip timer in my car. So every
Yes.
time I go anywhere, I see how long it takes. So I know for a fact. What are your dogs doing? They're being cray-cray right
I know,
now.
I'm sorry. The pugs are weird.
3 pugs and a cat is staring me down, Prince Alice. But yes, let's give it a go.
Okay.
Next time you go, Monday morning when you're dropping your son at
Yeah.
your mum's,
Yeah.
I want to try the new way.
Okay.
Yeah.
You not have to tell me like which way that is because I always go the
my
same way. I know it's
OMG.
pathetic.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll give you the go.
Okay, thanks. Tell me like, oh, you turn here.
Anyway, I just want to give you a shout out
Oh, man,
because it's Ashley's birthday this coming
Yay.
Friday,
I know.
August 30th. For
Yes.
anyone wanting to send cars or gifts,
Oh my
big
gosh.
gifts,
Huge
plane tickets.
Yeah,
You'll
whatever
take
you-
anything.
Yeah, I'll take. I mean, and I'll also just take like a shout out to birthday, happy birthday.
Yeah.
But you know, if you want to send your Range Rover, that's cool too.
David. Yes, don't make promises you can't keep.
I mean, I don't know. That was a big
Yeah.
one. I will settle for them to come visit me
Yes.
because I cannot wait to meet you guys. Just saying.
Yes, David and Will are a hoot. What are the dogs doing?
Guys, I'm sorry. If y'all can hear the nonsense in the background, I
I
apologize.
feel like there's about to be a
There's gonna be a
bitch fight. And I'm not sure. As you always say, may the best pug win.
Oh yeah. Eventually, you just be like, the strongest survive.
The
What is
strongest
it? Natural
survive.
selection.
Yes. But back to your birthday.
Yes.
We did something a little special yesterday.
We did.
Would you like to share where we went?
Yes. So we went to what they call the Wiener Wagon.
Yes. Was it the wagon or the... That's what it was called?
The Wiener Wagon.
I thought it had a different... Yeah, okay.
Anyways,
I thought it was like the Wiener Warehouse or something, but,
Wiener
must have been the
Wagon.
Wiener Wagon.
warehouse. I mean, either way.
Wow.
The coolest thing is like, okay, so they were like, where do you want to go for your birthday dinner? Because
Yes.
tragically, I will be not able to celebrate on my actual birthday.
But it actually gets worse because we had thought, let's go away for the birthday weekend. And
Right.
it's a long weekend, so it's even better.
right, because it's coming up on
And
a
then
holiday.
tragedy struck. When
struck.
Ashley looked at her work schedule and realised not only is she working her birthday, which it's a Friday, fair call,
Yeah.
she's on call that night and the entire weekend.
And my holiday is Labor Day.
Yeah.
So my long weekend is going to be just stuck on call on my birthday
Yes.
weekend.
So we did decide, let's just have it another day.
Yeah.
And we made it yesterday.
Right.
So, yeah, tell us about the
Okay.
Wiener Wagon.
The Wiener Wagon. So it's funny because of all the places that we could have eaten, of all the things that we could have done or whatever. I was
Right.
like, they were like, what do you want? You know, you're asking, what do you want to eat? Like, what do you, and I'm like, I just really want a good chili dog.
That's what she said. And so we did deliver.
And
I
this
hit
place,
the Google.
Yeah, she hit the Google. And, you know, since I've been away for a long time, this place did not exist whenever I left.
Right.
It's kind of newer. Anyhow, so there was a special too, though, that you know, if you
Yes.
pick two, this, that, and the other, and you get the dessert and whatever, and blah, 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 blah. So they give you a free cup and a koozie. And I think this is the most hilarious thing because the place is called the Wiener Wagon.
Yes.
And I got the koozie that says, I finally found the perfect wiener. Hashtag addicted to the wiener.
And
it's
a classic.
And then you got the cup.
I got a cup.
What do you want to read?
Yes.
Okay.
It said, it ain't a party till the wieners come out.
Like,
And,
amazing.
okay, what was your highlight of your...
Oh my gosh. I think, okay, so I got what they call the bacon jam hot dogs. So it
Yes.
had this, like, it was sweet and savory at the same time. It had that bacon jam sauce on it, is what they called it or whatever.
Yeah.
But not only that, but I got the Southwestern pasta salad as my side.
Yes.
I got the key lime pie as my dessert. And let me just say that obviously everything was completely homemade.
It really was on point.
Wasn't it so good?
I'm not going to lie. The desserts blew my mind.
The desserts, Yeah. I mean,
And I don't even think I was even considering getting one of those.
yeah.
Were it not for this little special.
Right. She was like, if
And
you get the special.
oh my God.
Yes.
I'm glad we all got something different.
Yes, and that was the good thing too, is we each got something different, and we got to like kind of pick off of each other's
Yes.
stuff. You know, all of our our sides were different.
Yeah. I got mac and cheese,
Yeah,
bacon jam. And when by bacon jam, I pictured it being more jam with a hint of bacon.
Yeah.
It was chunks of
chunks
bacon.
of bacon, with the
Coleslaw,
sauce,
and then I got the mac and cheese side, and then peanut butter pie
Yes.
dessert. OMG. And I would never have picked this. Like
Yeah.
when I looked at it, I was like, eh. But
know.
because you guys had picked the good things, I was like, let me get something different to test.
yes, and so whenever. Like, just by the name, you're like, what place is this? Where
Right.
in the heck am I going? But when you started reading the reviews to me, I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
oh
It was
my
like
God, we
a
have to
4.8
go.
out of 5.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, the staff were wonderful.
Oh, they're so sweet.
Like within a few minutes, like of us getting our food, like the cook at the back came and said, "How is it?"
Right.
The girl at the front desk came and like checked on us. Like, I
Yeah.
just felt really like it was a cool place.
Everything, and and just like we can't even like begin to talk about like the amount of just what you like so much about the South is like
Yeah.
turned around and started having a conversation, and you're like, do y'all know each other? We're like, no.
Yeah, I literally
And then-
saw Ashley chatting to these two people, and then I was like, "Oh, how do you guys know each other?" And they're like, "We don't. We just met." And I
Yeah.
was just like, "Oh, loving it."
And she loved your accent. And not only that, but Miss Generosity herself, because she only ate one of her hot dogs. There was this sweet man also come in afterwards
Yeah.
and started a conversation or whatever. Just said, hey, kind of how
Yeah.
you doing? Just like how you do in the South. It doesn't matter. You say hello.
And
to
I
someone.
this is what reminds me of Australia. I love this.
Yes.
And I missed that in Washington.
Yes.
Like, just a quick segue before you say that. I had a flat tire
Yeah.
soon after I arrived, outside someone's house in Vancouver, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone drove past, walked past. No one offered assistance. No one even said, "Are you okay?" I barely even was trying to figure this out. And then someone walked out of the house. I was like, "Oh, someone's going to come offer help." Literally got in their car and drove off. Not one single person. And I was like, if this was Australia and I was even on a freeway, everyone
Yes.
would have stopped, driven me wherever I need to go. And I feel like that's here.
Yes. Nobody would have.
Everyone would have said, what
someone
do you need?
would have helped you.
100%.
1,000%. Someone would have helped you.
Your dogs are crazy. If Cooper would take him into the bedroom.
I know. Seriously.
Yes. So back to you and the old man.
Oh, no, you, because you offered, like, weren't going to finish your extra hot dog or whatever. And you were like, oh, I haven't touched it or anything. I literally haven't touched it. Do you want this? And he was like,
Okay.
he loved that.
This is what amazed me. I feel like anyone else would have been like, ew, food
Yeah.
off your plate? Like, gross. Like, not one other person would have been like, but the guy, I was like, I swear I've not touched this.
Yes.
And you guys were like, she hasn't.
Like,
She's
no,
not
yeah.
touched it.
She's not touched
and
it. You're
he
all
literally
good.
said, thank you, and then took it and wrapped it up and took
Yeah.
it home. Like, he was obviously getting a to-go order.
Right. Yeah.
And I loved that because it
know.
would have just been wasted.
Yeah, and it's just so, like I said, you fit in so well here because
Aw.
you yourself have, like you said, it's a much considerably the
Like
same,
Australia.
like
Yeah.
Australia, And so I think that, like, you just kind of belong here.
I do. I
Yeah.
feel at home.
That is what I was
I really
hoping that you
feel
would
at
feel
home.
when you got here because
Yeah.
it's such a homey place.
Yes.
Everyone, like I said, you come across sometimes like
Walmart.
Walmart. We were trying
Shout
so
out.
hard. What up, Miles?
Okay, so let's tell the story. We went to Walmart yesterday to the sound and vision department, would you call it? We
Yeah.
were looking for a TV.
You were.
So we found one.
We did.
And we're like, how do we get this?
Yeah. Like, what do
How
we
do we
need
pay?
to
Do we need to pay here? Can we pay at the register? Like, what do we need
What
to
do we do?
So Ashley went and tracked down someone.
Miles.
Shout out, Miles, because you were a tough nut to crack.
Yeah. We
And
did.
we tried.
We tried so hard.
Is it that they just don't get paid well? They don't enjoy their jobs? Like, what is it? Because every other store, every other place, lovely.
Yes. I think a lot of it I mean, okay, so Miles obviously a young, I mean, what he looked to be about still in his teens, probably. Yeah?
Oh, you reckon? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, it was maybe like 20s, early 20s. But yeah, probably.
I mean, so considerably young-ish still, and so I think like, yes, I act like I'm so old, but like this generation today, where, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I mean, a lot of kids are not like that too around here.
And they still are polite and say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. He was still nice, but it's just like you know what? And everyone has an off day. Who knows? He might go to work tomorrow and be totally different. But we did not give up on Miles.
We tried so hard.
We did get him to crack a smile.
I think there was a slight smirk. Yeah. And then we borrowed like the trolley.
Yes.
The cart to get it to the car. And then he's like, well, I'll come with you. And we were like, no, we can do it. We promise.
We will to check it.
Yeah, we promise we will bring the cart back. And then as we went outside and then we were coming back in with the cart, the lady at the greeter was like, just leave it here. And we're like, no. We promised him we would take it back.
I was like, listen, we will do this. Thank you. But no.
And she was like, oh, you made a promise? And we're like, yes, we made a promise.
Yes. Yeah. And she was like, okay, then.
Okay, if you made a promise.
Yeah. And I was like, no, listen, Miles was like staring us down. He did not feel comfortable at first about sending us out there alone. Yes. And so when we brought it back, I was like, Miles, what up? Trying.
We tried so hard. But in general, people here, oh my God, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So I wanted to ask you, highlight of your week.
I think the highlight of my week was literally yesterday.
Yeah, it was a fun day because
it was just fun.
What was fun for me about yesterday was we got to hang out with your mum. She came over to the house and we got to hang out. She was
pretty helpful. We all hung out. We had girl time. I don't get this often, but Cooper's grandpa came and picked him up and took him off for a long time.
Yes.
Woo! Thank gosh, because he has been testing me all week.
He has. And Cooper, her son, is such a beautiful, kind, loving kid. Like the amount of times a day he'll come give me a hug and be like, I love you, I love you, I love you. So adorable. But started at this new school and I mean, I feel like granted, there's 2 people in his class.
Right.
So I feel like
taken off. He's under a microscope.
Under a microscope to the nth degree.
Yes.
But I feel like they've definitely got the wrong impression of him because if they saw him at home, they'd be like, oh, what a beautiful kid.
I know. And but another thing is when he came home and oh my gosh, I know grandparents are just like, they sit there and say it's different. They're meant to spoil them. They're meant to this, that, and the other. But as you can say, like we both were absolutely flabbergasted at Cooper's con artistry.
Yes.
And the way he conned his grandpa.
Long story short, he plays this game and he buys these, for his birthday he got money and he wanted to buy these gift cards. I don't know what they are. I'm guessing they give him some extra things in the game.
Yeah, basically gives him blah, blah, blah.
So he's grounded and all he wants is to be able to get one of his cards.
And that was the one thing that I was like, absolutely not.
You're not getting it. You are grounded. You'll never get your phone back. You know what I mean? And then to ask the grandpa for it.
Yeah.
And you summed it up perfectly. He said it took courage and you said no, it was, what was your word?
Oh God, he was like, it was, what was it? Gosh, now I'm trying to think. Plotness or something.
No, it was, I can't remember.
What was it?
I don't know, but whatever the word was, it was perfect. It wasn't courage.
I know, because we still had
basically it was,
now we can't remember.
Yes.
Maybe it's because the pugs are being weird and Cooper's not contained in this situation.
No, I thought for sure he got the hint before, but no. But yes, so highlight of your week. Highlight of my week was definitely yesterday. Had a wonderful day hanging with you and your mum. The other things that I enjoyed were I went and saw a few small towns. So I went back to one of my favourites, Abbeville. It's like set in the 1950s or something. It's like just step back in time. Like they have a lot of memorabilia and all the signs are like the neon glowing ones. And it's just, have you been?
Okay, so the fun thing was whenever I saw your TikTok on it,
right,
I was like, oh my gosh, because like, okay, so here's the thing. Abbeville, I in my lifetime have maybe went to there or through there maybe 3 times in my entire life.
And I've been there 3 times since I've been here.
Yes.
And
So
I'm going back next week.
And it's so fun because it was just like, it kind of just reminds me of these cute little townsies.
Right. That's what
that are
everyone
kind of-
says.
Yeah.
Like you've seen more or you've done more or like you've reminded me of things local.
I know. And it's just like, that is kind of the beauty and the fun of this is like, even for me, and especially I've been gone for 6 years, but then come back and then just kind of get back into what I feel like was the same old routine that I had
Right.
before I left. And granted, you know, like work is tough and, you know,
Yes.
I do have a very demanding job.
Oh my God, saving lives. Literally.
So, yeah. But
I mean, you were literally doing CPR on someone just the other.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it. I would be invested in like that person's life or death or whatever, and
Yeah.
it would all consume me.
yes, it's very, I mean, after doing it, like, I mean, I was talking to my mother this morning already, and I was like, you know, I've been doing this career for what is almost like 17 years now.
It's so crazy because you're still a bloody spring chicken.
Yeah, well,
What are you turning?
know,
37?
37.
37.
Yeah. And so it's
God.
just interesting, like, you know, to have done, like, to already almost have, like, this long of a time period in such a career. And it really does, you know, how, like you said, I would be so invested in this and we are. Like, we are
Right.
literally saving lives and everything. But, like, you do kind of grow somewhat accustomed and also, I won't say hard-hearted at all.
No, it's compartmentalized.
You have to.
Because
Otherwise,
you'd
it's
never
so
survive the
depressing.
next day.
Yes.
You'd be still hung up on the patient that died yesterday.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
You have to, like, but my thing is like, what I think is you have to do everything in your power. And at the end of the day, when you go home and you still could not save this life, I sit there and sometimes still, even after all this time, I'm like, did I do every single thing in my power with, like, was I competent enough to do this? And we still lost. And then, you know, I know my stuff.
Oh, 100%.
And that's the thing. So, like, you know, it's just like, it was, but you still go home and sometimes can question yourself. It's like, especially when they're like younger.
That's the thing that gets me. And, but you should feel proud of that because like when you were on call last weekend, the weekend before or whatever, you literally worked Saturday, Sunday, like both days.
I was gone all
And
day.
the entire day. So
Yes.
you worked like 10 hours
Yes.
on 1 or 2 people and they sadly did not make it. Like when you went to work
know.
like the next day.
Yeah. We brought them
But
back down.
The
and
fact
then,
that you,
yeah.
all that whole team,
Yes.
and basically, in case anyone has forgotten, Ashley works in the cath labs, heart attacks, strokes, like literally life or death things. But what I can't get my head around is before they come down and they're talking to you, you're having conversations about them, like
Yes.
chatting about their wives or husbands or whatever. And then
Yes.
10 hours later,
Yeah.
and they can be 50.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's a reality check.
It is. And the thing is like, and that's one of the things down here too, is coming back to, you know, an area, like, let's just be honest, an area of the country that heart disease and whatever is actually extremely high
because of the fried foods and
it's a lot of the
cooking?
food, but also, like, I mean, genetics do play a role in a lot of, unfortunately,
Yes.
heart disease runs deep in a lot of the, in genetics everywhere around the world. But
Right.
what I'm saying is like, yes, does the, like, food, what we consume, and definitely, like, okay, let's just get on with it. Smoking, things that we do to our bodies that are just so horrific, you know, all of these do play a role, and I will be an advocate for that crap every day, like
Every day.
every single day. And it's really funny because there is Cooper, you know, does jujitsu, and I agree with his sensei on every single thing he usually says about how sugar is poison. It's
He
bad.
is so strict on
He
the
is
kids.
very-
He's like,
yes.
stop eating processed food. Stop
Yes.
eating sugar.
Yes.
It's like terrible for you. It's crack.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Right. And especially because he's in an area where obviously the food selection is not as good as it would.
It's very
like
hearty.
even out west. I mean, come on, let's be honest. You know, like they're like sometimes I laugh. I'm like, I just want some dang fried chicken. Where can I get some good? Fried
And I
chicken,
wouldn't.
you know?
I couldn't even tell you. I mean, yes, you have like McDonald's and whatever, but
Right.
every single
here-
corner here, there's multiple.
Right.
Zaxby's, Church's Chicken, Bojangles.
Right.
Yeah.
Bojangles, my favorite. Oh my god,
I love Bojangles.
Me too. But it's just so. But the thing is I agree with everything he says, and I am a huge advocate for that too. As far as like what we put in our bodies. I mean, am I like super strict on myself? No. But what I'm saying
We
is,
like to taste test.
I do. I believe that, food is somewhat of my happy place, and I get it, okay? And I'm going to try
no
it out, and it's
problem.
whatever, But I agree. Just because I agree, don't mean that. But the one thing that his sensei and I will never tell
Disagree.
him, super disagree on, is he, in his head, though, believes that genetics play no role whatsoever
Yeah.
in heart disease.
Even a lay person like myself knows that.
And it's like, because read this book. Okay, listen, I believe you're in great health. Cool. I mean, like you get your stuff off the farm. You never eat processed food. You never have sugar, even though we swore we saw you drink a Monster drink one time. Whatever, Sensei. Anyhow, but the thing is I mean, I'm not judging, because if I were to deal with all those children's,
Oh my God. Yeah.
I'd
no.
need more than a Monster drink.
Right. And to command that respect is impressive to me.
Exactly. And so I do, don't get me wrong, love what he's going through, love the disciplinarianism in him. I don't know, whatever that word is.
Loving that.
I think I make that up. But the point is like, that's the one thing that I'm like, you're so wrong. As a woman of science, and, it's like you can be a sensei all day and this, that, and the other, and do your research and think, I mean, I like him a whole lot, but sometimes I think he thinks he's way smarter than what he might be. But the thing is that's the one thing, though, out of all of his research, that's the one thing I disagree with, because I know better.
Yes.
Genetics plays a huge role in heart disease.
It's
Huge.
true. And every time I hear him with his spiels, I actually do think to myself, I need to get off the crack. I need to get off the sugar, because it is addictive.
It is.
But I'm in the South. I'm thoroughly enjoying our little taste tests. And like the other
Right.
night we had peach cobbler. Yesterday we had all the desserts. And we're not eating the whole lot. We're normally just like taste testing and sharing stuff. Oh, God. Let's talk about quickly. We're almost out of time, but the bloody Twinkie.
Ew.
Tell us about that.
Horrible. Okay, so we were in Walmart, obviously yesterday, trying to break through Miles, and he was not having it. But what also happened was we saw the mystery flavor Twinkie thing, and we were like, we have to give this a go.
try it. I mean, I'm maybe had one Twinkie in my life and can't even remember it, but
Right.
it was very exciting. It was a mystery flavor. Guess the flavor.
Horrific.
Ew.
It was so disgusting.
I thought it tasted pineapple-y. What did you say?
Like something tropical of some sort, but not.
Gross.
It just tasted like you said. You said it so artificial.
Oh my God, it was horrendous. We've got a cat wanting to walk on the podcast equipment.
Alice.
But
My children are
anyway,
being
we are out of
crazy.
time. Can
Yeah.
you give us one Southern saying or piece of advice that you would give? My favourite this week
Yes.
is, I can't remember the exact saying, but something like it's finer than a frog's hair or something. What's that saying? It's something meaning, oh God, it's something.
I don't.
You're the
I don't know
Southern
that-
one.
I know, but I mean the frog's hair. I
I'm
don't
gonna have to
know.
quickly Google it, but yeah.
I think
Southern
that.
saying.
Yeah, frog hair and the something. Okay, yeah. What is it? But the frogs have no. So it's interesting.
Fine as a frog's hair split 4 ways.
But now
I
you
love
have to
that.
explain that to me, though.
Oh, I think it just. Oh,
I know.
right.
I know.
don't
I'm the
now.
southern loser.
Frogs
of the bunch.
don't have hair, so split it
Right.
4 ways and it becomes extremely fine indeed.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
is
like,
it fine
frogs
as
don't
in,
have-
oh man, you look fine, or is it fine as in really thin, like? Ew, I need to do more
Probably,
research.
like,
on
yeah.
this. Just become awkward.
I know.
Okay, what's yours?
Okay, so mine right now, and the way I feel like we're going like just me going through life right now. You know, like, don't get me wrong, I am happy. Everything is fine. I love my life here. It's just been an adjustment.
Than a frog's hair, split 4 ways.
But I am hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit.
Ooh, a hair and a biscuit?
Yep.
I've not heard that one before.
And it's not even like I said, I am super happy, this, that, and the other. It's just like, you know, you've seen me this week. It's had a rough
go lately.
It's been exhausting.
Work's been crazy.
Work's been nuts.
Sadly, Ashley's dad passed away not too long back.
Right.
That's hard. Yeah, you know what I mean?
And that's what brought me back to the South anyway, is like whenever you realize. And so the thing is like, I do. Like, that was the thing, is like when it reminded me of how important family is, and being close to mine is important right now. And like, you know, my mom and everything, you know, just, I mean, talking to her every day, just multiple times a day sometimes, was just not enough. I mean, even the people in Washington would be like, who you on the phone with, Mom? I'm like, mind your business. But yes. And so also it's just like really like, it's fun to just be literally down the road from her and stuff.
It is.
But yes, it's been a pretty stressful time. And, you know, but like I think it's like getting back into routine. Cooper just started back into school and he's already like acting a fool right now. Let's just be honest. And I know he's better than that, and he's going to do better than that. It's just, you know, getting him into his routine too, and like everything like that. So like I said, I am extremely happy. It's just, but I am still just hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit.
Like a hair in a biscuit. Okay. That is a fantastic one.
I love that one.
As you are the Team U Queen, can you just give us this week's bargain of the week that you've bought?
Okay, which I don't even know how to start. Okay, so
I know, I'm looking at the one right now that I think is your favourite.
Oh,
front door.
Oh my God! Yes. I'm sorry. I was like, oh my God, I love. You know me, because I'm sitting here. I'm like, I love my mirror. I love my thing.
Yes.
I got a mirror for 27 cents.
Mirror, like one of those stand-up ones that you would see in a salon.
Yes.
But the piece de resistance of the week.
Okay, yes, you are so right. Okay, so I was getting so sick and tired of pulling out the keys and
I agree.
Dreadful.
Because I'm so used to having a push-button thing.
Yes. So I saw on Temu for $22, mind you, that, and you installed it for me yesterday. You're so amazing. And so now we can punch in a code and our front door unlocks.
But,
and here's the thing.
Yes.
It talks to you. Yes. It's amazing. It is amazing.
And we both have our own codes because they're 6 digits. I couldn't bloody remember her random one.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, please enter my own.
Yes.
But it literally says door unlocked. Like
door.
User 1 or whatever. Like.
And then whenever you come back in.
Yes. So you unlock the door. Close the door, it automatically locks.
It automatically locks for you, which can be great and annoying at the same time. Because, you know,
if you leave the door open too long, then you try to shut the door and it's like, boom.
Yeah. But, you know, I'll never drive off and be like, crap, did I forget to lock my door?
I'm paranoid. Like, I literally stand on the step, patting my pockets down, feeling for my keys before I lock the door, because I'm like, I don't want to get stranded out here. Because then I wouldn't even be able to get in my car, like anything.
Yeah. And the coolest thing is, like you said, you can, on this thing, and it came from Team, you guys, $22.
$22.
And you even said that it was,
better than once, I swear I paid like $60 or $70, and that was
special.
on a, what are those holiday specials they have?
Oh, yeah, like a 3 days
Memorial
only.
Day sale or whatever.
Yeah.
This one kicks ass.
I know.
And I'm so shocked. Okay. I thought Team U stuff was just like really cheap quality, but we bought a like chest of drawers thing for like, what was it, $31 or something.
Yep.
And that is quality. I've actually ordered one myself, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, Team U of the week, so I look forward to hearing
my dining room table that we're sitting at right now came from Team U.
I'm looking forward to hearing next week. So now be thinking for next week what your Team U deal of the week is.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and say, like, I'm excited for. Okay, so what I do is while I'm at work and I get all these Team U notifications, I will send Amanda a text and be like, "Get ready, girl," because there is going to be like a slew of stuff
are coming today.
So I have a feeling that this coming up week there's going to be a lot.
Ooh, and mine's probably not going to be for a couple of weeks. So I just ordered it last night.
But
I got bloody sucked in with 2 free gifts.
Yep. And then, like I said, I'm like, just go with the girl math. It's fine. Because
Girl
you're like,
math.
Then you're like thinking about it like, no, this is a scam.
I feel like I got ripped off because I really paid more for the chest of drawers than I would have. But then,
But you
girl
got the
math, I got
gifts.
2 free gifts.
Can I ask what your gifts were?
You can.
Okay, what is
One
it?
was some sunnies, of
Love it,
course.
of course.
My style. I've discovered
Yes.
my style is crossover aviator.
Yep.
I
Yep.
finally, after all these years, have narrowed it down.
Yes. So
Aviator
like-
just don't work for me because I don't like the nose pieces and they get
Yes.
caught in my hair. But aviator crossover, it's almost like a mixture of both, but it has the aviator style. Okay,
Love it.
got them. Second one was a hoodie. And
God.
it said Goonies never die on it or something. And it just
Oh.
reminded me of the Pacific Northwest.
Yes.
Because I thought I should have got a Goonies top while I was
Yes.
there and I never did.
Yeah.
And then when it just like was there, I was like, eh.
Yeah,
and that's
I
how
love
it
that.
went. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I love
Anyway,
this.
it has been, as always, an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
As we always say, reach out to us on our
Yeah.
Facebook page, rate and review us. As we always say, Ashley,
If it's not 5 stars, don't bother.
don't bother. Have a great week. I look
Thank
forward
you.
to same time, same place next week.
Yes.
We're off to a birthday party now, so we are just going to go chill. But yeah, been a pleasure. Thank you guys.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.